Stop writing, please. We are rounding up government macroeconomic intervention. So today, government has come up with different policies. But all these policies that government have come up with, it might lead to government failure. So we want to look at government failure on its own. So it simply means as the market can fail, government can also fail. In as much as we have market failure, we could have government failure. And there's government failure because government is trying to solve market failure. Do you get what I'm saying? There's market failure, no. So government intervention is to solve market failure. But if government intervention, instead of solving market failure, brings about loss of welfare, then there's government failure. So as market can fail, government can also fail. And that's why we have mixed economy as the most appropriate form of a system of governance, economic sector. Because with mixed economy, whatever the government sector or the public sector cannot do, the private sector will be able to do it. The inefficiencies of the private sector will be corrected by the public sector. The inefficiencies of the public sector will be corrected by the private sector. That is why a mixed economy looks more appropriate for an economy. Now we go to government failure. There's government failure because the government intervention that is intended to correct this brings about inefficient allocation of resources or welfare loss. Welfare loss rather than gain. So when there's welfare loss than gain and there's misallocation of resources, there's government failure. Do we get it? Yes. So what are the reasons why we have government failure? The first one, imperfect information. The free market might fail because of lack of information, asymmetric information. So which simply means if the free market can fail because of lack of information, the planned system, government can also fail. And mostly because government is not even, they are not technocrats, they are not politicians, they are not economists. Oh yeah, they will be politicians, but they are not economists. So they might not understand, they might not have informed information that will allow them to make informed decisions. Because you have to make an informed decision to get a better or tangible result. So when you don't have information, data that will allow you to make informed decisions, then you might fail. So there's asymmetric information or lack of information.
This is why government invest a lot in data collection.
What?
This is why government invest a lot in data collection to avoid this issue.
Yes. But the point is, if whatever government doesn't solve the problem, it's a government failure. So let's look at it anyway. Imperfect information. Government often lack complete. It's about complete or accurate data. That is precise, for example, precise production cost or consumer demand leading to policies that either overcorrect or undercorrect market failure. Government has information, but this information is not enough for government to make decisions on. So which simply means it might be so strict or too slack. Do you get it? You are trying to correct a failure, but when you don't have accurate information or complete information, your correction will be too strict or too open. Which simply means you might correct it too much or too little because you lack accurate information. That is over or under. Over, too slack. Under, over, too strict. Under, not too enough. Do we get it? Too little, too much is a failure. So we need accurate. Yeah. Do we get it? 2. Problems of under incentives. Incentives are reasons for doing something. This can be classified on political interference and administrative cost. For political interference, a lot of politicians, they care about the now than the future. So, election is coming in. Instead of us to think about building road, let's give them food. Food will solve the problem now.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So we're not going to construct the road because the road is a long-term plan. They wouldn't feel the impact now. But we need them to vote for us next time. So what do they need now? Food, clothing, shelter. Let's give them clothes. Let's give them food. They need that now. But giving them that now is going to affect the future because if you are giving them food and clothing, that is consumer goods. Those are consumer goods. They can't last longer like capital goods. Yeah, capital goods are goods that will produce further goods, equipment, machines. This will increase production, not food. Consumption. Consumption is a short-term gain. Capital is a long-term gain. Do you get it?
Yes.
So politicians will like, let's give them food now. Give them oil, give them food, give them rice. They will vote for us. So instead of them to invest more in infrastructure, because it's a long term, they might not be able to complete it before their tenure is over. They only want to do things that will be appealing to you in the short term, so that they can be re-elected into the position. Do you get it? Do we understand political interference here? Politicians think about now, which is a gain for them, than the future, which is a gain for you. Administrative cost. Government wants to correct market failure. Government needs to be there. It has to enforce. It has to implement. Red tape, bureaucracy. Government has to be there to see what you do. But government cannot do this without employing people. Employing more people to oversee whatever happens is increasing the cost of product, is increasing the cost of solution for government. So government is using taxpayers to monitor events. That's the government failure. Do we get it? The financial and bureaucratic cost of implementing, checking, assessing, measuring, and enforcing it. Are they doing it right or not? It's cost. It's expensive. It takes time. Because it takes time, it takes money. So government failure. Do we understand? The third one, problems of policy conflicts. Government makes policy to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. Disagreements. There's cooperation. Which is agreement. And there's conflict, disagreements. So there's policy conflict here because the policies government are making to correct market failure is becoming an interface to market failure. Government policies are designed to reduce inequality. However, there are different reasons that bring about policy conflict. The first one, regulatory capture. Government comes up with policy that would protect the interests of the people, because government works for the people, and that is why democracy is the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Are you with me? Yes. So government works for the public interest, but regulators, government officials might come up with policy based on their own interest that will be favorable to the private sector than the public interest. So they're going to come up with policies that favors the private sector instead of the public, instead of the individual, instead of the people. Do you get it or not? Unintended consequences. Government come up with policy to protect us, but in the course of protecting us, we reacted in a way that government was not thinking about. Or government might stop us from. Government might increase taxes on waste. So if government increase taxes on it, government is doing this to reduce pollution. Yes or no? As a result, we use fly tipping. We start dumping refuses, waste in places deliberately without letting government knows about it. Government is trying to reduce waste, but in the course of reducing waste, we are responding towards that policy by fly tipping.
What's fly tipping?
Fly tipping means dumping of waste.
The what?
Dumping of waste
Okay.
illegally in a place that you are not supposed to dump it. You are supposed to dump your waste there to pay your tax, but you are not dumping it here. You are dumping it illegally.
Okay.
That is unintended consequence. Government never thought you were going to do this. Government policy was to reduce waste, but now you are creating more waste. Do we understand?
Yeah.
So that ends chapter 8, government microeconomic intervention. Thank you.